League. My name is Soji Sakata. Tonight, you join us for the fourth race in the CSC Cup Series. It's the Next Gen NASCAR Cup Series at Las Vegas. So, basically our rendition of what they're doing tomorrow. But as I said, my name is Soji Sakata. I am the S of CSC. This should be a good one tonight. Vegas, a 1.5-mile track, is of course where these modern NASCAR Gen 7 cars shine, as we see Savage Incorporated rolling off of the pit road here. Let me get my full screen back up here so we can see. Let's go through and take a look at our track for the evening. This is Las Vegas, a 1.5-mile intermediate track. Fairly marginal banking. You're certainly not the highest banking of any track, but you're not the lowest either. A very good middle-of-the-road, cookie-cutter intermediate. I do believe this is a bank track to where it is progressively banked, so that you can run faster around the longer run on the high side. That being said, the low side is often the fastest on fresh tires, but as the tires wear down, the low side becomes hard to hold, and you should be able to make more lap time by consistently ringing the high side and taking advantage of the higher speeds and more consistent speeds rather than the up and down speed of the low line. Not to mention less chance of wrecking. The low line here at Vegas, very, very easy to loop it, especially in the heat of the day. Luckily for our drivers, our weather conditions are much more optimal. Let's take a look at the forecast tonight. Currently 6:52 in sim time. It is March 16th, so we're simulating the spring race. Race time qualifying, I believe, will be at about 7 p.m. sim time. 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too terrible out there on track. Track temp also at about 78, a little bit warmer, but not too bad. So there we are, yes, 1.5-mile track. It is a dry track, of course, in the NASCAR Cup Series. No tracks bigger than a mile, I don't believe, that are eligible to run in this series with rain tires. And let's take a look at the next generation cars. Now, unfortunately, I only have the one to look up. I forgot to get video of all three of them for the evening. But if you watch the NASCAR Cup Series, you're going to be familiar with these particular vehicles. Thank you for the follow, Air Force Rev. Good to see you, Trevor. I see you're in the lobby as well, just joined, so excited to have you racing tonight. But yes, if you are familiar with the NASCAR Next Generation Modern Day Cup car, this will be of no new news to you. But if you aren't, for the off chance you're watching this for the first time, NASCAR Next Gen cars are spec cars created by NASCAR through a variety of companies. Each manufacturer gets a list of parts from verified manufacturers that they are allowed to build their cars from. You have one of three choices. You have the Chevrolet ZL1, which used to be the old Camaro. They have done away with the Camaro branding, as it is rumored that we will have a new Chevrolet body in 2026. Last year, the 2024 update gave us the all-new Ford Mustang Dark Horse. It used to just be the Ford Mustang. The Dark Horse, of course, the new performance variant for the Mustang models, and that carries over to its NASCAR counterpart. And the third and final vehicle would be the updated in 2024 as well, same year as the Mustang, would be the 2024 Toyota Camry XSE. Excuse me. Apologies, I am recovering from a nose surgery, and I have tubes up my nose currently, and they tickle the old sinuses now and then, so a little bit of sneezing may not be uncommon for me tonight. That's why if I sound a little different, please bear with me. I'm supposed to be healing in the next couple of weeks. Now, with that being said, we've met the track, we've met the cars. Let's check out our driver lineup for the evening. Let's go live on track to... There are no cars on track. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll go through our drivers during qualifying, and let's take you guys for a ride around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway while we still have a little time here under the practice session. Pit road speed 50 miles per hour. Well, there are cars on track. Why wouldn't it pick those up? Odd, my game not picking up cars on track for some reason. Pit road exit, very, very flat. Not able to go right of that white line. There's the blue cone for pit exit. We can start hammering down the back stretch, also known as the Nellis straightaway here, named for the Air Force Base just out the back door of the racetrack. Telling me to be careful because I'm on track, not sure why. All right, across the start-finish line through the Tri-Oval at Las Vegas. There are 2 lines to run. You can enter high and try to run low, which I'm able to do with these fresh tires on this Mustang. Mustang furnished, of course, by my racing team, the Scotto Racing Division. Grateful for the car funding tonight. Get right down on the bottom of that white line and really ring it. Get everything I can coming off the exit. Right to the exit of that white line and out to the wall. Across the line, you are able to dip your toe below the apron on the front stretch. And you also have the high line. This will be where drivers are running during the back stages of this race as tire wear becomes more prevalent. As we watch, we've got Trevor LaPierre out the front window here. We're going to give him the low side here. I'm going to ring high and probably dip on him low as he comes out. Nope, going to go high on him. Don't want to take out the driver of that number 23 Toyota. Whoa, and I knocked the toe out of it doing that. That was not smart. Well, that's not what you want to do. That's a perfect example of what not to do here. That Tri-Oval snuck up on me quick, and now the car's driving very, very differently. Car, of course, not wanting to corner like it was before now with that wheel damage. Not going to be able to set a blazing lap time here as there's a wreck at the Tri-Oval. Goodness. Looks like Cameron Romano and Derek Hilker have gotten into it. Brian Moore comes off of pit road. How much time do I have left? 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull this thing down and see if I can set one hot lap for you guys. Reset this car now that I've knocked the toe off of it. I did not mean to do that. This is also a good thing to note. Watch the green dots on my dashboard. 4 green dots means you are in the clear. You are not speeding on pit road. You see red, you are over the limit. And just like on the street, you speed during the limit, and you go over, you can get a ticket. A ticket will send you to the back of the longest line. Let's get this SRD Mustang wound up again here, coming off of 4. See if we can't make a good hot lap here with a minute left in practice. Remind the boys that the old commentators still got a little bit of game. I'm going to try to run that low line. Lift just a little on entry to let the car rotate. We're going to drive it deep down into 1 and 2. Wide off the outside and just to the outside edge. Tap that wall a little bit. Let off again, let the car rotate. Can we get it? Ah, 1/100th of a lap. One more lap to put a lap down. Lift. Drive it way deep into 2. Really get that car down to the white line. Right out against that backstretch wall here on the Nellis straightaway. Enter wide, really round that corner off a little better than I did last time. Hold it wide, right out to the wall. Not going to be enough for a fast lap, but unfortunately that is a race pace lap, 29.368. That will be a competitive lap time here tonight, and should be a pretty good example of what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these cars as you watch them go around the track. And that is the end of the qualifying session. Excuse me, practice session. That will begin our qualifying session as it kicks me out of the car. So, grab the old keyboard here. Cycle through some of these drivers and let's see who we have on track tonight. Let's go through the list of our entrants. As always, we have the number 5 car, Mr. Derek Hilker. Not sure what livery he'll be running tonight. Oh, that's why I was on the Scenic cam. Let's go to the TV3 cam. Yeah, TV1 since we're doing individual shots. All right, let's start with the number 10 of Brian Moore in that number 10 Milwaukee Ford Mustang Dark Horse. There's the number 19. Is that Sink and Spout Company Toyota Camry XSE. That is last night's second place finisher in the short track league. Dominated most of the race. That is Mr. Zach Davidson. Now we cut back to the number 15 car, the Toyota Camry XSE, the Vesta light blue and white machine of Cameron Romano. As we cut back, there is the number 5 car, the hairy Toyota Camry with the Dr. Squatch sponsorship on that number 5 Camry XSE. That is Mr. Derek Hilker. Brian P. Moore finishes his qualifying run. Davidson out making another lap. Romano, there's a new car on track. Oh, as he gets into the outside wall. That is the Rule 1 Proteins number 23 Toyota Camry XSE of Trevor LaPierre. Trevor, the owner of the Monday night team I race for, Rogue Wolf Motorsports. Zach Davidson in the 19, also a teammate. He will have friends on track tonight, as the 10 car, that Milwaukee machine, is friendly to the 23 and the 19. Don't expect too much hate coming off of either of those cars. They will help each other if the time comes for it, as the 23 goes for a spin. They will race each other hard, don't take that the wrong way. But there will be very little animosity between those 3 cars. There's a new car on track. Ah, familiar face. That is the 000. What is that sponsor? Teku? Not 100% sure of what that sponsor is. We're going to call it the Teku car. 00, Sanquez Gregory. And that Chevrolet ZL1. The alerts aren't on. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, hello, DMG Productions. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Not sure why I apologize, our alerts are not working for some reason. I will have to go and check those after stream. Apologies there. That was your alt account? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I remember now. I'm not sure why those aren't working. We'll have to mess around with those after stream. Not sure what happened there. So it looks like Derek Hilker not going out for qualifying yet. Minute 53. He's going to have to get a move on if he wants to go. The 71 of Savage Incorporated also sitting at the exit of pit road, right where they will spawn you for the qualifying start. Neither car moving. As Gregory brings that 00 down to park it on pit road to end his qualifying run. And there's another one of our missing drivers out on the field tonight. There is the familiar gold and flat black number 69 W machine. If you haven't seen him before on one of our streams, you probably haven't been watching. That is Gary Greenlee in the 69 cars. He locks the front brakes up. Going into 3 for some reason. Not sure, maybe he does not want to set a qualifying time. Unsure of what's going on there. I think that's hit every single person in the lobby now. That is Brian Moore in the 10. The 19 of Zach Davidson. The 15 of Romano. The 00 of Gregory. The 5 of Hilker. The 23 of LaPierre. We can ignore the 44 for me. I will not be racing. The 69 of Greenlee and the 73 of Savage Incorporated. So, not 100% sure of why, but it looks like only 4 of our 8 competitors will be setting a qualifying time. Others may be looking to start from the back and pace themselves, as time is going to run out on the 5 car. He is not going to get a lap in with only 20 seconds remaining. The out lap alone would take longer than that. Tonight's race will feature a 2 hour and 20 minute time limit, which, I mean, even if we ran all 80 laps under caution, it should not take 2 hours and 20 minutes, so should not be a factor. 80 laps will be the unofficial race distance today. Of course, any and all cautions or green-white checkered attempts could affect that. We do only have Do we have a green-white checker limit? I'm not sure if it tells me.
By the way, guys, just to
Does not
let
tell
you
me.
know, we do have a choose rule. We do have a choose rule in effect. When you're coming to one to green, uh, you can start at the end of the restart zone, but you can make one move before the start-finish line to pick either inside or out on the restart. If you feel that you have blown the EOL, please remember that you can self-EOL yourself, and no further penalties will happen. If you don't, it will go back and look at stuff post-race for the restart. And if we find that you did blow a restart or blow a choose, we will give a EOL to start the next race, and that possibly even a drive-through, but as well. Remember, one sec.
There's our first look at Savage Incorporated out on track in that number 73
I'm waiting for the packet
Ford
loss to go away.
Mustang.
There we go.
Savage
No
Motorsports
changing
machine.
lanes until you cross the start-finish line. If we go back and look at the restart after the race, we will give a penalty for that. It'll be an EOL to start the next race that you attend. Also, we do have the penalty point system in effect. I don't mean for like getting a black flag and a disqualification. This is the season thing that we track. If we find that you were responsible, the sole responsibility for an incident that caused a caution, we will look at it, and if we can determine that somebody is the sole responsible party, you'll be given a few incident penalty points. With those, there's no penalty up through 8. After at 8 up to 12, you face a one-time 50-point penalty. After that, it's a race suspension, then a 2-race suspension, and then expulsion from the league. But this is only for things that are severe enough to warrant that type of stuff.
Alrighty, that was your drivers meeting. Gary Greenlee on the mic there is the 19 of... Whoa!
Sorry, Rick.
Woo! Almost watched a homicide. That was close. As we watched the 73 of Savage Incorporated. That is the driver, Ray Coyle. Making laps with those bright green wheels. Quite like that color. That is a bold statement, and I like it. Kind of unfortunate, the Mustang with its gray mask on the front near the headlights is unable to be changed in the paint editor. Ford has decided that is not supposed to be changeable. Real shame. It's really limits your paint job options with the Mustang, but still a cool car nonetheless. Love those wheels. Get a look at the 23 car of Trevor LaPierre making laps with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this. Oh! The exit 4, folks, is tricky. All it takes is getting on the throttle a little bit early or getting your exit angle a little bit wrong, and you will absolutely rock the outside wall. It comes up on you faster than you think as he boinks it again, and so does Gary Greenlee. Both of them knocking the right front off of the car, coming off a 2. Let's see if Coyle does the same in that 73. Yep. Get used to that noise, folks. That is going to be a common sight tonight in this league. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway, deceptively fast track, but a very, how shall I say this? It's a track that tests your patience. It's very, very finicky, because to run quickly, you got to be willing to run on the razor's edge. If you don't, you lose time. If you do, one wrong step can end your night. Drivers, of course, tonight will have one single fast repair, and they will have 3 sets of tires sitting in the pits waiting for them during cautions that may come out during the race. There is no scheduled caution for this race. We do not have stage breaks. We do not have competition cautions. So, if the yellow comes out, it's for an issue. And you got to make the most of those set of 4 tires because you will need them. So with that being said, let's set the grid for the Sin City 200 here on the CSC Racing League.
All right, drivers, welcome to Sin City. Gentlemen, start your engine.
That was Cameron Romano with your command to start engine.
Disregard. Turn off the engine. Zach needed a slot delay.
Oh, okay, well.
Damn it.
Go ahead and go. The pace car started.
Alrighty, so let's go through your starting lineup for the Sin City 200 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Your pole sitter in the number 10 Milwaukee Power Tools Ford Mustang Dark Horse, that is Brian Moore. Your outside pole sitter, the number 69 Dubby Toyota Camry XSE, that is Gary Greenlee. Inside row 2, looks like that's going to be the 23 car that, what is the sponsor on that one again? Rule 1 Proteins. There it is. It's so small I have a hard time reading it from here. Yes, that is the Rule 1 Proteins Toyota Camry XSE of Mr. Trevor LaPierre. To his outside, the number 15 Vesta Home Furnishings
By the way, I forgot to
Toyota
say, you
Camry
have the restart zone
XSE.
enabled, so it'll pop up on your HUD saying the fire up, but it's on leader inside the restart zone. Just maintain pace speed.
Anyways, the 15 car is Cameron Romano. Outside row 3, apparently we're going to have a missing car for the start here, as 2 cars are going to start from pit. Interesting. Well, either way, Derek Hilker in the 5, Savage Incorporated in the 73. Those are your 2 cars. Here comes Davidson coming off of a pit road start. Not sure what happened with him there. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that 19 car. We're going to get a wide angle view of this.
Let's go get him, Gregory.
Looks like Gregory Sanquez was the other car starting from pit road. Not sure of the reasoning why, but we'll have to wait and see. Ooh, the 5 car gets a piece of the wall. 10 car out to a commanding lead to start here at Vegas. He leads the first lap. 10 car trying to run low and smooth.
Also, we do have 3 sets of tires for the race tonight.
See who's going to be brave and start ringing the outside line first. 4 or 5 cars under a blanket. Looks to be 4 for the second position. 23 car starting to pull away from him, though. Oh, as both the 23 and the 69 get a big chunk of the wall there. That is going to hurt. A little bit wider view of this. See if we can get a little bit more action in the camera shot here. As we watch the 10 car smooth and steady off of 2. (23-15) side by side, 69-5 side by side. The battle for second, the battle for third. Stretch that, the battle for fourth. Looks like the battle for second has sorted itself out. 23 of LaPierre, despite that early wall contact, seems to be unfazed for the moment. Might not be too much damage on that 23 Toyota. Ooh, no, as the 23 gets, 23 through the grass! I waited to see if Trevor was going to hold the spin, but he came back up in front of traffic, so I threw the yellow.
The Code Brown moment of the race is sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Not actually a sponsor, but hey, Dude Wipes, if you want to sponsor us, we have an idea. All right, so Trevor LaPierre brings out the first caution of the race there. I was holding my breath for a moment. I was waiting to call what would happen because I wasn't sure.
Check up turn 2, check up turn 2.
If he was going to come back up in front of traffic. Looks to be minimal damage to that number 23 machine as he went through for a slide through the infield there. Let's take a look at your running order now that the field has stacked back up. Your pole sitter and still leader of the race, Brian Moore in the 10 car. Romano in that 15 Vesta machine has made it all the way up to second place. The 5 car of Hilker running third. Greenlee, your outside front row pole sitter, running fourth currently. Savage Motorsports currently running fifth. The 19 of Davidson currently running sixth as he sits, finally able to catch up to the field a little bit here and catch a breath as the pit road start had him well behind the field. This will give him a chance to catch his breath. And the same story on that 00 car. Where's he at? There he is. That Teku machine of Sanquez Gregory. He was in the same boat as Davidson.
Choosing next time by, choosing next time by.
I am sure that caution is a relief to both of them that the yellow came out and gave them a moment to catch up and get back into this race. That would have been a long slog back to the lead and trying to get to the win of this race if they would not have had a caution. Now, let's go back and rewind here for a moment. Looks like our 2 competitors here. No tires on the 73. Any tires for the 23? Still live, still sitting on pit road. Okay. No tires, looks like he's trying to get damage repair. Pace lights are on. This will be the choose this time by. Drivers are allowed to start at the restart zone there to make one move to hold their position. So they can choose inside or outside. The decision must be made by the start-finish line. Looks like all drivers have chosen successfully, and it looks like the 23 is back on track. It looks like the 23 will be choosing the outside lane. Pace lights are off on the Ford Mustang FR500S pace car, which means we will be going green this time by. As the 8 cars trundle down the grid, down the Nellis backstretch, 5 in the outside lane, 3 on the inside. All eyes will be on that 10 car of Brian Moore. Can he get off to a clean start? Will there be a jumble in the back of the pack? How chaotic will this restart be? 5 car of Hilker fast in practice. 15 car of Romano's been consistent all day. 19 car, kind of a wild card. Not sure. I've not seen enough of his laps to know where he's going to be. Pace car peels off to the entrance of pit road. Drivers stack up. Green flag is out. We're away and racing here again at Las Vegas. 8 laps down, 72 to go. Good start for the 10 of Moore. Great start for the 5 of Hilker as he's able to pull up in front of the 15. All different lines through 1 and 2. Everybody keeps it off the wall. Clean and orderly as they go into 3. A little bit wider camera angle so we can see more of this action. Tire wear, a huge factor here at Las Vegas. No drivers taking tires on that pit stop. So all of these drivers still on their qualifying tires. That means their tire grip is going to become more and more of a factor as laps turn over. Who can manage their equipment better? Who can balance it? And who can go the distance? Moore still out to a commanding 3 or 4 car lead. Hilker in tow trying to find a way to catch up. You'll notice as one driver runs, none of them will run quite the exact same groove. They will poke a nose, half a nose, a quarter of a nose, whatever they can get, as that gives them more downforce on the front wheels and allows them to corner easier and reduce tire wear. So you'll see the 10 of Moore exit kind of middle. Oh, 3 back-to-back cars. I believe that was the 15 of Romano, the 69 of Greenlee, and the 19 of Davidson, all getting a piece of the turn 4 exit. It's monkey see, monkey do on this track, and it is easy to make that mistake. Ooh, and another person gets a piece of the wall off of the exit of 4, or off the exit of 2. You see Moore running that middle groove, not giving the high side up. Oh, 69 of Greenlee pounds the turn 4 wall again. Don't be surprised if you start seeing that 69 fall back. After hits like that, that car has got to be wounded. I can't imagine hearing that and not having damage. Although we got a close battle on track here. The 69 and the 15. 19 trying to ring the high side. I don't mind the strategy of the 19 here right now. Looks like he might be trying to save his stuff for a late tire run. See, slowly but steadily, he is just keeping pace. Runs the bottom to get away from Greenlee, but not doing anything crazy enough to get himself in trouble. As the 5 of Hilker has finally found a draft on the 10. 5 looks low, 10 looks high. Side by side, out of 4 for the lead here at Vegas. Great example of the 2 different lines you can run here at Las Vegas and how equal they can be when done properly. The 5 of Hilker just ripping the bottom white line. The 10 of Moore ringing the high side and trying to take advantage of the momentum. Ooh, as the 10 gets a piece of the wall. Looked like just a right rear touch, should be okay. 5 of Hilker gives him a little love tap, tries to force him to the high side. Will that be enough to throw the 10 off rhythm? Not really. They're still side by side, door to door, quarter to quarter. It's a battle of a nose. The 10 gives it up, the 5 gets it back, and then the 10 gets it back as the 5 gives it up. The 5 finally clears the 10. 5, Hilker to the lead. Nope, look now, here comes the 15 of Romano making moves. He's caught the draft of the 10 car. 10 car could easily go from leading this to 3rd in just a matter of laps. And that is not something you want to do, is give the 5 car of Hilker time to run away from you.
Right,
because he absolutely will. We have something going on in the back of the pack. Sanquez and LaPierre might have gotten into each other a little bit. Looks like they are just trying to nurse a couple of tired or wounded vehicles around. Same with Savage Incorporated. Not sure if he's got damage on that 73 or not. Watch and see what happens with the 73. It's all Derek Hilker as the 15 car gets around the 10. Romano to 2nd. Moore to 3rd. A full invert of the top 3 almost. Ooh, somebody got a piece of the wall off of turn 2. Could not see who it was. Might have been the 10 or the 19. So you can see a great illustration again. The 5 car takes about a groove high. The 15 goes right to the white line. Trying to find the clean air over the nose of that Camry and get rid of the dirty air from the nose of from the tail of the 5 car, the other Camry. 19 of Davidson making moves on the outside of 10. 19 up to 3rd. Makes me wonder if the 10 car burned his tires up too early. That or if one of those wall taps gave him more damage than we might have given off. Romano playing it safe. It is legal to go to the apron on the front stretch. However, it is very unsettling for the car. It can be very uncomfortable and bounce the car around a lot. So, the safe route is to stay on the banking. But it can cost you as much as a tenth or two per lap. So, the gamble is, do you take the tenth or two per lap but risk losing control of your car? Or do you push super hard, or do you, instead of pushing super hard, do you stay reserved? Do you stay calm, run the high side, and focus on consistent laps, and prioritizing not making mistakes when it counts? Davidson and Moore both gone to the high side line. Look at the run he's going to get on the 15 coming down the backstretch. 19 car just at the last restart was all the way back in 5th or 6th position. Now finds himself on the bottom podium spot, chasing down 2nd. 00 has cleared the 69 of Greenlee. Greenlee looks like he's got some right front damage on that number 69 Toyota. Savage Incorporated also limping it around. And, looks like the 23 car of Trevor LaPierre has come down pit road unexpectedly. Makes me wonder if that 23 car has more damage than meets the eye, and if for some reason it's just time to get it fixed. He'll probably burn his fast repair, but if that's what needs done, so be it, I suppose. Better that than falling multiple laps down and then having to make it up. Whoa! 10 car hard into the wall off of 2. That could really cause him some damage. 2-car battle. Looks like the 19 finally found his way around the 15 car. 19 car, I said it earlier in the race, that strategy of ringing the high side, conserving your tires, and playing it safe might just be a good look tonight. Zach Davidson proving me right so far as he's up to 2nd. Would not surprise me to see the 15 of Romano get back up to the high side of the track here and start following in the wake of that 19. About 1 groove lower. Yep, there he goes. He's going to start trying to get on that tire strategy now and catch up to the 19 and the 5. Trevor LaPierre has rejoined the track. Where is he at? There he is. Unfortunately, he is 1 lap down now, I do believe. Yes, he is indeed 1 lap down. However, 1 caution will change all of that and get him back on the lead lap. And with a freshly repaired car, he is certainly not out of this race. However, about to be 2 laps down if he's not careful. The 5 of Hilker in close pursuit. Can the fresh tires on that 23 help him run away from the field? Look at the 19 of Davidson. That early tire strategy paying off for that 19 car. All of a sudden, the 5 is starting to look a little bit slower as the 19's fresher tires from conservation are starting to pay off. Lap times, let's take a look. Last lap, Derek Hilker, your leader, 30.383. 30.169, 2 tenths a lap faster for Zach Davidson. 30.4 with a wall tap, 30.4, that was an even match. And that was with Zach Davidson getting a piece of the wall in that 19 car. Expect that 19 car to start making a move on the 5 in the next 5 to 10 laps. He's found a groove, he's got the better tires. Do not be surprised if you see him make a go for it. Let's go through the field here, check on some of the other drivers. The 5 of Hilker, still your leader. 19 of Davidson trying to make the move. Ooh, gets a little piece of the wall again there, tries to drive it in a little too deep. Number 15 of Romano, so far a quiet night. Tried to get out to the lead there for a moment, didn't hold it for long. But running a quiet and consistent 3rd makes me wonder if he burned the tires up a little too quick and is now biding his time until he can bring that 15 car down to pit for a fresh set of rubber and another chance at the leaders. The 00 of Sanquez Gregory also having a quiet night tonight. Started from pit road, got lucky with that early caution from the 23 to get him back up to match the field. Since then, he's been able to drive his way from 7th, I believe, all the way up to 4th place. And is currently cruising around, just trying to hold his position. A rough night for the 10 car of Brian Moore so far. Your pole sitter got into the wall early. I'm guessing, by the way that car is drifting up the track on exit, that he has some right front toe damage. Let's go in and verify that in-car real quick. Hard to tell. Battery burned the right front off of it way too quickly. Oh yeah, look at the right front. Look at the wheel turn to the right a little bit. Looks like there's definitely some right front damage to that number 10 car of Brian Moore. We'll have to see if he can get that car fixed up and back on track to get it back to competitive form. Same story for the 69 of Greenlee. Your outside pole sitter has fallen back to 6th. Believe he's also dealing with right front toe damage. Just trying to nurse that number. Oh, as he gets a big piece of the wall again. To see if he can keep that car righted and moving. Get it to the next caution flag so he can get some repairs as well. Oh no! The 15 of Romano, what happened? Caution is not on the track. What has happened to the 15 car of Romano? Oh, he got into the outside wall and spun it through the... Did a very good job of keeping that car gathered up. Oh, big hit for the 15. Rough break for Cameron Romano. Kept it off the racing surface, single car
the black
incident.
flag clear was for Cameron. He was coming, it was a hold in the pit, so I cleared that just to where he could do the pit stop.
Verified. Was controlled, trying to keep off of wrecking the car, so all good there. Alright, let's get back to the action at the front of the field. As Davidson's still struggling to find a way around the 5 car. Let's check those lap times again and see where they're running. 30.4. No real change for Zach Davidson. 30.5 for Hilker. So Hilker definitely the slower of the 2 cars here. Davidson has more speed. But with the aero deficiency of being behind the 5, that 1/10 of a lap difference is not enough to get the 19 past the 5 car. As we tick off lap 35 of 80, 5 car still out to a lead. 19 in pursuit, trying to chase him down. 2 car battle. That brings your 3rd car up now. Sanquez Gregory all the way up to 3rd after starting pit road dead last. Impressive run from him tonight. Let's see what that Teku machine can do. More up to 4th now with the unfortunate incident with Romano. Romano is now 8th and I believe 2 laps down. Yes, indeed. As well as Trevor LaPierre and Savage Incorporated, both 1 lap down now as well. Romano will be kicking himself for that one, but have to see here what happens with him. Savage Motorsports has been down pit road. Not sure what's going on there. Was there an incident, or did he just come down for tires? Nope, just looks like he came down for tires. Okay. Get back to the leaders. Davidson finally starting to lose some of that tire advantage on Hilker. He's going to have to start looking for something different as he goes to the bottom of the track. 2 car battle. Davidson going to bring it down pit road for green flag pit stops. Looks like Zach Davidson has decided the tire fall off.
9 pitting in.
Looks like all drivers have decided that tires are done and it's time for fresh ones. So let's get the green flag pit cycle started. There's your first car. Oh, shit.
Any thoughts on pitting or staying out at all?
I hit the...
Soji?
I am so sorry. I was trying to change cameras and I hit the wrong button.
We just hit it, dude.
I think it's fair anybody who lost a lap to that gets a wave around due to that being an error. Oh, I am so stupid. Apologies, everybody. I am so sorry. I was trying to change cameras. That is all my fault. I am so sorry. Oh. Text chat. That button has now been changed to be far, far away from the camera change button. Oh, damn it. Well, crap. I'm going to mute for a moment and go over to that chat. I have stream muted, only I'm audible. I am so sorry, gentlemen. That was... I don't know if you could hear me on voice chat or not. That was me trying to change cameras and hitting the caution button instead. I am so sorry. I have changed the button to be very far away from that now, so that will not happen again. I think it would be fair if we want to give people a wave around for that, because that was a mistake on my side. I would not argue against that. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. So... Alright. I will go ahead and go back to the broadcast booth, but I have changed that button. That will not happen again, okay? Alright. Good luck, gentlemen. Apologies for the goof there. Alright. Well, apologies for the break in the racing action, everybody. That was completely on me, being an amateur race controller. Oops. Excuse me. We're going to go in and adjust that a little bit here. 6 there, and we're going to go 0 there. That way those buttons are far away from my camera buttons, and that way that does not happen anymore. Black box. Camera and screen capture. Q and W, we're going to move those to S and D. Okay. All right.
This next time coming by, we're getting stuff resorted.
For those of you wondering what just happened, I had my keypad set up. The stock camera controls to change camera in iRacing are the letters Q and W.
What just happened?
Oh, there's just happened in the back of the field.
I checked up to avoid hitting the 73 and ended up tagging the wall.
So yeah, this button here, that
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen you come up behind me really quick and then just kind of like
so yes, this
jackknife
button
straight
here
into the
allows me
wall.
to change cameras. That is usually Q.
Choosing this time. Choosing.
I had the number 1 button set for caution because I had the number 9 set for clear black flags, thinking that that would help avoid me hitting one button instead of the other. Yeah, so amateur race control mistake. Apologies to the viewers and to the racers. That is not the way you want to have a race. But if anything, it looks like it might have just made the race a little more interesting. We've got all racers back onto the lead lap now. And hopefully they will forgive me at the end of the race. Oh, that's not my camera controls anymore. Alright, there we go. Looks like all drivers have opted to take the inside lane on the choose. Pace lights are out. Looks like we have one car still on pit road. He's going to catch the field just in time. That is the number 15 of Romano coming down for some last-minute repairs. As he
Just,
tagged the wall
just a heads
on
up, we're not going to pay attention to this choose just from where the sheer fuckery that happened with all the confusion.
Alright, so 5 of Hilker still your leader. 00 of Gregory and the 10 car of Moore back in it. 19 of Davidson, 69 of Greenlee, 23 of LaPierre, 73 of Savage Incorporated, and the 15 of Romano. As we're back green here at Las Vegas. And I now have a back up here to the leaders. As I now have modified camera controls, so that won't happen anymore. Five of Hilker with fresh tires, going to be a weapon out front. All right. 5 of Hilker to a commanding lead. He is out to a Sunday drive. 5 car just going for a ride. All 6 other cars under a blanket here, all fighting for position. Great pack battle here. This should be some good chaos. Whoa, no! Didn't have to throw it that time.
I'll take responsibility for that one.
What happened there?
That was close.
Let's go back and look at a replay. Romano said he was going to take the blame there. Let's see what happened. Looks like he stays low, stays low, stays low.
Pace car in
Now,
1
that
and
is
2.
the
Pace car
doubles.
in 1 and 2.
I think that was the 00 of Gregory there. Great wreck avoidance by the 73. Very close. Looks like the... Let's go back and watch that from a different rear. Far chase camera on the number 15 of Romano here. I don't think the 15 really had anywhere he could go there. 15 holds his line low. 00 into the outside wall. Tries to get down under the 23. Just comes across the nose of the 15. 15 car nowhere to go. Does a great job keeping that car gathered up across the grass, though, as the 00 Teku machine of Sanquez Gregory goes for a ride. Looks like that has ended the night for Sanquez Gregory, unfortunately. Let's get back to the cars here. Any takers on pit road? Zach Davidson in the 19 car. Looks like he'll be coming down pit road. Let's see where that number 19 sink and spout machine comes down.
Choosing this time by, choosing this
Will this
time
be
by.
a gas and go? Will it be 4 tires? My bet would be on 4 tires. Yep, there go the right sides. Maybe just 2 tires. As we see the 73 of Savage Motorsports in the background also getting 4 tires. 19 and 73 have decided it is time. It is go time with 30 to go. I believe they still have 1 set of tires remaining each. That puts us back, unfortunately, under the yellow flag again. 7 cars out of the 8 still running, though, which is, albeit pretty good for a small league race like this. Not too shabby. Unfortunate end of the night for Sanquez Gregory. He will bring that car home in 8th position. Rough break for the 00. They will be choosing this time by. I would expect the 5 of Hilker to go low, the 10 of Moore to go high. 23 is a crapshoot. Depends on where he's going to be more comfortable. Looks like good etiquette on the choose. Good etiquette there. Good etiquette. Good etiquette. Yep. Alrighty, yeah. Looks like all drivers chose well. 4 on the low side, 3 on the high. No surprise to see the 2 Rogue Wolf drivers, all 3 of the Rogue Wolf Alliance drivers, all together on the high side.
All right,
the
remember,
4...
drivers, you got to put the shifter in R for race mode.
The 15 car of Romano trying to give drivers a little advice there.
Hey,
Hello,
Cameron, I'll
DJ.
be sure
We're
to
missing
do
you
that with
tonight.
you right
Welcome into the
behind me.
broadcast. I know you couldn't make it to race tonight. I know you said you wouldn't make it last night, but we miss having you on track. Hopefully your evening's going well. We look forward to seeing you on track, hopefully next race. Let's go through your restart lineup here. Your leader, the 5 of Hilker, in that Dr. Squatch Toyota. Brian Moore in the Milwaukee Power Tools number 10 Ford Mustang on the outside. Greenlee in the W machine, 69 Toyota on the inside second row. LaPierre, 23 car outside row 2. Romano inside row 3 in the 15 Vesta Home Furnishings car. The sink and spout number 19 Toyota of Davidson on third row outside. And your final restarter, Savage Motorsports in the Savage Motorsports 73 Ford Mustang. As we watch them race off into 1. 4 cars under a blanket. 2x2 on the low and the high. As they're jockeying for position, shifting high to low, low to high. That's my plan B at the next race. Happy to hear that, DJ. Always like to have you on track running with us. Hilker out to a lead again here. Can the new tires on the 19 and the 73 make a difference? So far, no dice. 19 car gets a piece of the wall out there. Trying to wind that car up around the high side and get the momentum rolling as the 23 of LaPierre gets a piece of the wall again. Hilker ringing the high side. 15 of Romano trying to catch. 69 of Greenlee running third. LaPierre fourth in the 23. 10, 19, 73 as they run. 10 car looking low, 19 high. 23 car giving that 19 some dirty air problems. Not able to make use of those fresher tires. Those fresher Goodyear Eagles on the 19 just not able to put down the time yet. Looks like he may have to get those warmed up a little bit more to have a chance at getting them going. There's our standings back at the top of the track as they finally completed a lap under green again. 15 of Romano was reeling in the 5. Slowly and steadily. Not catching very quickly, as we're about to have a big three-way battle for the lead. I believe the 23 might have right front damage again. Hard to call. Car driving very, very, well, maybe just running the high side. 19 of Davidson's going to look low. 2 by 2. Davidson finally might get around that 23 and have fresh air across the nose of that 19 as he goes into 1. With the 23 out of his way, that might be just what the 19 needs to make a run at the leaders. That being said, the 15 car continuing to try to close on that 5 car. Hilker running strong so far here in the next gen. Lap 55 coming by this time, lap 56. Oh, not sure if Hilker chose the high line on purpose or if he drove it in too hard. But that's going to give the 15 car a look down the back stretch, at least another car length at minimum. Maybe not. Looks like the 5 car was able to keep that momentum wound up. Every car length he gives up is just a little bit more draft that 15 car is going to get from him. As they go into 1, Hilker continues that lane and a half up entrance, driving it very low off of the exit. Starting to drift a little higher, though. Greenlee in the W machine just running steady in 3rd. Same thing with Moore in the Milwaukee Tools 10 car. Middle of the track, middle of the pack. 3 cars ahead of them, 3 cars behind. Just trying to keep it steady. Davidson might be lamenting those fresh tires as he's given up a lot of track position, but not getting any results for his time or effort. And the 23 and 73 battle side by side for the last position. 15 car struggling to make any progress on that 5. He's got him wound up to within 4 or 5 car lengths, but just cannot seem to close that gap. He gets a little closer in the corners, driving it down low. But with the momentum the 5 car gets off the higher line, even with a good draft pull, just not quite enough to get that 5 car reeled in. Oh, that was a big mistake from Hilker running that high lane. Romano's tires are still fresh enough he can get away with running that low line and not losing all the momentum it takes. Running the extreme high line does not work on fresher tires. Heard of somebody hit the wall. Might have been Davidson on entry. Battle for the lead, getting closer. Does Eric Hilker go to the extreme high? No, this time he blocks low. He's not going to make that same mistake twice, as he knows Romano was catching him when he went high. 5 car of Hilker still trying to push. 15 of Romano. Still running that next groove down, but doesn't look like he committed to it fully. Going to swing to the high side. Try for the momentum run down the back stretch on the Nellis straightaway. 19 car with a love tap coming off of 2 again. Zach Davidson absolutely keeping that thing hung out. He's hit the wall a bunch tonight, but doesn't seem to be damaging the car. That means he is driving it on the limit. Not able to find enough speed to try to catch up to the leaders. Super close racing up front here. It's a staring match, just waiting for one or the other to blink. 10 car, Brian Moore has gotten around the 69 of Greenlee, taking 3rd away from him. Davidson still trying to find any speed. Hoping to catch up to that 69 and at least get one of his positions back as this 69 slaps the wall going into 1. Looks like that has done at least some minor damage to the 69. That will probably let the 19 by. 23 of LaPierre coming down the backstretch. Same thing with the 73 of Savage Incorporated. Five of Hilker has stretched his lead back out as he started to run the high line. Looks like Romano's tires have finally given out trying to chase on that low line. Whoa! Greenlee hard into the outside wall. Davidson going to clear him, I think. Woo! That was close. Greenlee absolutely smacked the turn 2 wall exit. No doubt going to be some damage to the right front corner of that 69W machine.
Hey, Zach, what's the bugger factor on that one?
Yeah, that wheel definitely inset compared. You can see the difference there. Well, maybe not as bad as I thought. Surprisingly, not bad. V3. Go back to the action on the track here. Romano still trying to chase down the 5-car of Zach David, or excuse me, 5-car of Derek Hilker. Greenlee just involved with Davidson on that last incident. A Dr. Squatch machine. Maybe looks like it'd be covered. It may looks. I can talk tonight. It's late and I'm tired. I'm still healing. That car may look like it's covered with hair, but definitely not driving like it is, because that thing is on a mission tonight. 67 in the book, 13 to go. Hilker is your leader. 15 car of Romano's on a comeback tour tonight.
Where I got spun into the pit.
Greenlee clearing his own black flag there. 15 car on a redemption tour tonight after having a couple of early incidents. Whoa, touches the apron. That's going to slow him down on corner exit. The 10 car is really going to pull up to him now. 10 car Brian Moore was your pole sitter for tonight. Currently running third. Been on a good comeback here after he's got his lap back. Ooh, as the 10 car is on a mission. Fresher tires looks like Brian Moore might have been saving his equipment in that Ford Mustang. Look at him pull away from the 15. Does he have enough time to chase down that 5 car? Zach Davidson in that 19 car still making laps. Tried to undercut the others and get a little bit of a tire advantage and drive his way through traffic. Unfortunately, unable to capitalize on that. He currently runs 4th. Your 5th place car, Trevor LaPierre, tonight. Started with a rough way to go. Involved in the first accident, brought out the yellow. A lot of damage on that 23. He's been down multiple times for repairs. Right now, I believe he's on a drive of attrition, just trying to get that car home. 6th place tonight, Savage Incorporated, number 73 car. Not sure if he's nursing a damaged car, just trying to find some pace. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but giving it a valiant effort regardless of what's going on with the 73. Out there running 6th, trying to keep that line clean. Not sure where Greenlee ended up after that. Greenlee on pit road. Not sure 100% of why. Might be damage repair. I heard something about him maybe spinning down pit road. So 10 and more. 30.3. 30.5. 0.2 faster. With only 8 to go, the gap is about 1.2 seconds. In theory, that would be 6 laps at 0.2 per lap. Let's see if he can do it again. 30.5 last time by for the 5 car. This lap, 30.5. However, Brian P. Moore failing to make up any extra
Just
time
to
here.
give a quick update, Eric Almirola won the Xfinity race at Vegas.
And there's your real-life Xfinity race update. Eric Almirola wins at Las Vegas.
And Connors Village finished second, I think.
No surprise there. 501.572. Let's take a look again here. 30.587. 30.530. Not going to be enough from the 10 car. He's got to start making a move with only 6 laps to go. Davidson, though, has started to find a groove. He's got some speed going all of a sudden. He's gotten around the 15 car of Romano. Romano all the way back to 4th now. Looks like Davidson trying to ring that high side, make momentum. Trying to catch his friend in the 10 car. And both of them trying to run down this man right here, the Dr. Squatch number 5 of Derek Hilker. Currently trying to hang on for 5 more laps with about a 1-second advantage over Brian Moore to take the win home in the Sin City 200. How are their lap times last time by? Let's take a look at them this time. With 5 to go, Derek Hilker, 30.4, gets a 10th faster. Whoa. 30.6 from Brian Moore. 30.4, though, from Zach Davidson. I don't think he's got enough time to run down that 5 car, but he might be able to get the 10 if he plays his cards right. Romano at a 30.6 is going to have to be content, I think, unless he finds some pace to sit there and take home a 4th place finish. Hilker that time, 30.5. 30.8 from Brian Moore. The 10 car finally showing some signs of weakness. 30.3 from Davidson, though. What a difference. Half a second faster that lap. 10 car blocking for all he's worth, trying to hold the 19 off. He knows the 19 is faster and is going to catch him coming down the front stretch again. Can the 19 make the move on the 10? 3 to go this time by for the 5 car. 30.5 was that last lap. 30.7 for the 10 car. 30.6 for Davidson, despite being held up so much. I know off track these guys are friends, but definitely on track they are racing like bitter enemies. The 10 car giving no solace to his friend in the 19. Oh, as they both hit the wall. Almost synchronized. Nothing really to report. 5 car out to a Sunday drive, coming to the white flag this time by. As they go down the Nellis backstretch, the 19 pounds the wall again. That might be it for the 19's run on the 10. If that knocked the toe out of it, that could be it. Five car this time by. That is the white flag. It's 1 to go. Here at Las Vegas, the 5 car of Hilker. Through 2, only 2 more corners to go. Keep it clean to take home the win. Brian Moore, no real chance of winning this race unless there's a big mistake from the 5 car. He's got to pray for a big mistake, but doesn't look like it's going to come. Off of 4, Derek Hilker's going to win the Sin City 200 in the CSC Racing League. Brian Moore second. Zach Davidson third. Oh no, the 15 of Cameron Romano looks like he's badly damaged that 15 car. No matter, he's going to get it home. Gets it home for 4th. Trevor LaPierre gets it home for
Great
6th.
win, Derek. That was awesome.
Oh, there's Savage Motorsports. Not sure what happened there. I take that back. LaPierre's going to get 5th. Savage is going to take 6th. Not sure of exactly what happened there. No. Oh, LaPierre 1 lap down. That would be why. All right, and that's going to put Gary Greenlee, unfortunately, 13 laps down. Sanquez Gregory, 34 laps down. That will be the end of the feature for this evening. Derek Hilker, do you have a copy in the text chat? May take him a moment to respond. Derek is, I believe, suffers from cerebral palsy, drives with one hand, and does not have an open mic due to that. So we'll give him a moment to respond in the text chat and see if he can get a response back to us. As he burns the tires off of that number 5. Good racing. I agree. Yep, there he is. Derek, you ran a great race, kept it clean out front all night. Very well done. Good driving. How hard was it to manage the tire fall off? Was it pretty easy, or did you really have to pay attention to make sure you didn't burn those tires up? Let's see what he says here. Oh, there goes Cameron.
Absolutely riveting.
Thank you both. I can believe that. That's a pretty common problem here at Vegas. I know tires are a big, big factor here, and you did a very good job managing them, running the high line and the low line, making sure you conserved your equipment when you needed to. Well done. Congratulations. Second win here in the CSC Cup Series. Congratulations, Derek. Well earned. Had air block. I noticed you were using the aero block to your advantage as well. That was also well played, making sure you kept your opponents in the dirty air. That was a smart move, especially when you had people like Cameron right on your rear bumper. Well done. Alrighty. And that is going to do it for us tonight, folks. Thank you all for watching. Apologies for our little technical difficulties there. Like I said, rookie race control. Really need to look into getting a Steam Deck for this so I can have a proper race control box someday.
Yeah, I was going to say, Derek, I felt like you and I were pretty close, but I could not get by you to save my life. You had some amazing defensive driving going on.
Zach Davidson definitely talking the truth there. Derek, always a good hard racer, very impressive. Like I said, a very, very impressive racer, and always a great competitor. So, congratulations, Derek. Well done racing tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you want to run with us here in the CSC Racing League, we do have a Discord. That's where all of our racing information goes on. There is the link in the chat. Feel free to join up. If you're interested in a fun racing league with low drama and high fun and some good competitive racing without the toxicity, feel free to join in. Message any one of us admins, Cameron, myself, Soji, Chris Hood, Gary Greenlee. Anybody in that group should be able to take care of you, get you invites into the league. We'd love to have you. Next week, we are racing again. Both leagues are active and ready to rock. It will be our IndyCar weekend next weekend. It will be Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Cup Series on Saturday night in the Dallara IR18 or the Dallara DW12. We are going to talk with our competitors once we know who's in and out for the race to make sure the maximum amount of people have the appropriate vehicle. Of course, the DW12 is a free vehicle. The IR18 is paid. We are hoping for the 18. However, we may run the 12 since everybody is guaranteed to have it. That way, the majority of people aren't left out of the race because they don't have the vehicle. So, we try to be accommodating, especially being an up-and-coming league. We don't want to force people to spend an absolute ton of money if they don't have to. So, that is the Cup Series race next weekend. Get ready for that. Should be a fun one in Indy. And don't forget, Friday night is the short track race. Short track will be coming to you on Friday night, and that will be from the South Boston Speedway in the street stock cars, the Panther, Casino, and Eagle. Should be a fun race there as well. South Boston, a track I'm not super familiar with. However, excited to see what kind of racing and kind of unique product it's going to bring to the racing. But with that being said, Dark Racer, thank you guys. Good racing. Yes, thank you. Good racing, Derek. Well done. Dark Racer 5, of course, in chat is Derek Hilker. Congratulations on your win, Derek. Well done. Well deserved. Well earned. Looking forward to seeing you rip it up again here next weekend and see if you guys can take it on, to see if you can take home yet another victory this year. You're welcome. Yeah, always glad to have you. The more racers we have, the better. And of course, a fair and hard competitor like yourself is always a great addition to the series. That's what we're looking for. So, as I said, my name is Soji Sakata. I've been your host for the evening. Thank you all for watching. Next stream will be Friday night. Win for my teammate 45. Yeah, one for my teammate 45. Yeah, I noticed Xavier wasn't able to make it tonight, so hopefully we'll be able to see him back in the league here soon. I know Xavier also another great competitor and always a good, hard, fair racer like yourself. So love to see him back racing with us next time. I know we were down Chris Hood as well as DJ Sycamore tonight. Both of them had IRL obligations that they had to attend and were unable to make it. He's at a track in real life. That would be another good reason why you wouldn't make the iRacing race. So whether it be, I don't know what Chris and DJ both have going on, but no matter what's going on there, totally understand when folks can't make it. You know, we always like to see them here in the league, but real life always takes priority, so we totally understand. But happy you were all able to make it and watch tonight. Next stream will be next Friday night. Street Stocks at South Boston. Lobby time live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Streamed time will be live at 9:15, and we will actually be live and talking on the channel at about 9:20. So make sure you don't miss it. Should be a great short track race. Of course, the Street Stocks always provide some good beating and banging racing. Until next time, we'll catch you next week, folks. Thank you and good night.